Hi, this is Ron McTube and today we're playing Russian Fishing 4. This is the third episode. We're on Oldberg and we're after carp in my lovely spot. Now this spot is very good and we're fishing on worm. The worms are night crawlers. On some lakes they are gold, but if you move around sometimes there's silver, and when there's silver buy them up because they're very good for carp and other species, which we'll hopefully show now. Before we start, let's take a look at my setup. The first rod I'm going to use is a pole. There's my pole, 12-pound line, a basic float, 10 hook and a night crawler. Now this setup, I'm going to change the depth to 1.2 meters. It's very good for eels. Now a lot of people have been trying to get the eels. I see it in chat. I've had quite a few myself. Some really good scoring XP wise. And this spot here is perfect for them. Right close in, worm on pole. I seem to get the eels about between 12 to 2 in the morning. You can catch them a bit later in the morning, but that's when I tend to get them. Let's have a look at my second rod. This is quite an expensive setup. It's a Siberia Sentence FD 340 MH. Trident Horizon 4000S. Simmons Mono 15-pound XL. Sinker. We don't need the leader, steel trace, and a 2 hook and a bait night crawler. Now these night crawlers, like I say, they're brilliant. They catch so many different species. In this area on these night crawlers you can get very big perch. I had a record perch here the other day. You can get eels, common carp, grass carp, tench and bream. So lots of good species here worth a lot of money and XP. You do have to have the good gear though for leisuring, because you will get some very big fish, and often where I am on the left and the right on the leisures you pick up nice common carp, big carp, and they will smash you if you're on the lighter gear. So similar setup on the third rod, and that's going to go in the lilies on the right. This is where I mainly get perch off these lilies. I've noticed in the afternoon when it rains, for example, you seem to get a lot of perch. Very good for spinning if you go down this way, all around these lilies close in. I was getting perch a chuck with the small like MEP spinners. I had a small jack pike as well. So there we go, there's our rod setup. For those of you who haven't seen this game, it's called Russian Fishing 4. It's free and it's on the PC. I will put the download link in the description. So take a look at it. If you're a fishing person and you're wanting a fishing game, like I say, it's free, it's worth a go. Give it a go, it's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. Alright, which rod is going to go first? It's normally quite quick into the action. Here we go, I think that's a definite bite. What have we got? I play fish quite harshly. I really do bully them, but it may seem a bit harsh sometimes, but you really have to give some of these fish some, because otherwise they're off round this island and you'll never see them again, or you'll be playing them for the next hour or so. So I have had fish up to an hour before I've had it in this lake, so you've got to really play them a bit of brute force. Well, I like to play them like that and it seems to work. So what's that? Looks like a nice little carp. Great start. 2.7 kilo common carp. So great fish. We'll keep that. Ron wants some money to buy better gear. Let's get the rod back out. Straight to where that log is in the water. Like I say, this side as well does produce eels, and a lot of people want those eels, but I tend to get them at night about 12 till 2 o'clock. I've had 6 in the last few days. I had 2 yesterday. The biggest eel I've had was 3 kilos something, and it scored nearly 22,000 XP. That's why a lot of people want them, because you get a lot of XP, good money for them as well. But I've only seemed to have, well, I have had one on leisure, but most of them have been on float. So pole and these night crawlers seem to work really well for the eel. I have tried a few different locations on this lake trying to find the eels. This one definitely works. There's one as you come straight out of where you spawn in on Old Berg, and there's a set of lily pads that works. You can also get them on cheese. There's also another spot just down here. There's a bridge that crosses the water, and I've stood on there and cast it into like this pond green scum, and you do seem to get them there as well. So I think there's numerous spots on this lake. You just need to try it. I've been fishing 1.2 meters up to 1.4. 12 till 2 o'clock seems to be a good time for them. Our third rod is going. What's this? Something decent. It looks like it could be. Give it a bit of oomph. When you go right to the edge of the bar, it goes orange and then red, so you can risk breaking your stuff. And when it's expensive gear, you don't want that happening. It's not so bad on lower end gear, but high end gear can really wipe you out. I'm playing on free as well. I haven't got no premium or anything. I've been grinding away, getting my fish, getting my money up. This spot has opened me quite a lot of silver in the last few days, 400 or 500 silver, and just catching on night crawlers, so they are a very good bait. They're normally gold, and like I said, sometimes you get them silver at certain places, so when you see them, buy them. I've been trying them because cheese went out of stock, and I was doing really well for tench in another spot, and that's been out of stock for quite a while, the cheese. So I tried these night crawlers, stuck with it, tried different spots, and it's worked out well. I think it's better than cheese, and now I've done this video you watch, everyone's going to go out, buy all the night crawlers, and then we'll have the same sort of situation. So I hope that doesn't happen, because the worms are really good, the night crawlers. They're worth the money. We've definitely hooked something decent. Could be a grass carp, could be a common carp. I've noticed when you hook the grass carp, they go like missiles, and they will strip your reel bare if you're on the lighter gear. Even on this heavier gear, they will give you a right good run. So you can't really be light-handed with them. It is coming in slowly. Common carp don't seem to go as quick, but they do pond around a bit. So I prefer the common carp over the grass carp, because like I say, you'll end up generally spending a bit more time on the grass carp trying to get them in, and when they do those missile runs, you can lose them. And the last thing you want to be doing when you've played a fish for 20 minutes, 30 minutes is a hook pulling or getting off. So it looks like we've got this coming in now. Nice little fight. My other leisure rod has been going the whole time. You'll often get that. You'll have to choose which way you go with that. Sometimes you do get snapped. So nice common carp there, 3.6 kilo, about £8. That's what we'd say if it was in UK. Wouldn't say kilo, we'd say oh, it's an £8. Alright, let's get this other rod now, see if it's still on. It's run quite a way. That's why you set your clutch up. On carp reels you have a thing called a bait runner, and when you flick the switch on the back of the reel, in real life fish can take line freely, but the thing is, as soon as you start to reel, it flicks over and engages the reel and locks up, and then you can reel it in. These haven't got bait runners, I don't think yet. I think that would be a good addition, and maybe add bite alarms. Maybe that'll come in the future, I don't know. So it's getting dark now, and that's one of the main reasons I wanted to come here, to show you it's good in the day, but it's also good at night, and you also get the chance of getting an eel. Here's a carp. What is it? Well, it's a grass carp, 3.1 kilo. They are shaped like missiles and they go like missiles. So back in the scum where the log is. I'm hoping we can get to show you catching the eel. It's getting about the right time. Only thing is, now and again these rods will go and we'll get a really big carp, and that's it. There, we're going through all the night if we do that. So we'll get our lamp. It's getting dark. It really does help because once I put my normal torch on and the lamp, you can see the ends of the leisure rods. And that's quite vital when it's dark, because sometimes you'll hear the bell go, but without the lamp you won't know which one's going. The third rod's gone. What we got here? So 11:20 at night. Fish are coming thick and fast. These night crawlers are so good. I think it probably is another carp. Like I say, you get grass carp here, common carp. You tend to get more common carp, but every now and again you get a run and it rips 30, 40, 50 yards off, and you know it's a grass carp straight away. And you know the battle that's going to come. You do get good tench here and bream. I've had my personal best tench and bream here in this spot, so really good all-round spot for species. And it just tops it off at night when you see the eel coming in as well, because you know that's big XP. I have got the fifth lake open. You do a lot of good spinning on there. I've tried it out. Got some nice perch pike. Hooked a monster pike which I lost, but I've had some nice ones on there. Might have a look at that next. You do need real big gear on there though, and that's why I've come back to Oldberg for a bit and get some more money saved up, get the really high end rods and stuff. There's no point going for really big fish if you haven't got the gear, because you're just going to get snapped. I know. Me and my friends have tried it on the low end gear, trying to get the big fish. Everyone wants to get big fish because they want the big XP, and what happens is you end up getting smashed if you go after too big fish too early in the game. So you have to progress slowly, gradually build your money up. Ask about, if you're not sure, what rods and reels are good and what lines. Plenty of people help you in the game, they're very good. Press Q to chat to people in game. My name's DGZO in the game, so if you see me playing, I don't mind answering any questions or help you out if I can. If you wonder why my name's DGZO, DGZO is the first name I used when I first set up my other channel for all different games, and Ron McTube is my name I use for the Hunter. So I've got two channels, one for like all different games and racing games, which is DGZO, and Ron McTube is mainly for the Hunter and some fishing games. So the same sort of demographic. But in game my name is DGZO. So say hi when you're on. I don't mind chatting while we're fishing. Like I say, the community is great. You get a lot of people who are helpful and like to have a little chat and a laugh. I've had help myself, people who gave me baits when I've struggled for them, so all round great community. There is a forum as well, check the forums out, useful, tells you little bits of information about the game, or if you have any queries you need to know about, just put them on there and someone will answer you quite shortly. So we're hopefully going to get this in soon. Hoping it's not going to be an all night job, because I want to try and get an eel. These carp, they are tough battlers, as you've probably seen while I've been jabbering away. I've been going into orange, close to red a few times. It's because I want to get these carp in and hopefully have a shot at the eel. But they keep taking these baits, and they're decent fish as well. We're very close, get the net on. Sometimes this can be tricky in the hook pulls. Come on, get the net. And we got him. Get in. 4.2 kilo. So about 10 pounds. Nice common. So I'll leave that rod out now. And this one's going. I don't know if we'll get onto the eel in the night time, because we've hooked another decent carp, and this one looks like it's bigger than that one. Looks like we're going for a walk soon. A good technique when you're playing a fish, if you can't get any line off it and it's still taking line, tighten your clutch up as much as you can, and then you can walk down the bank to gain line, but keep it under tension, because if you lose tension you might lose a fish. So what I generally do is walk the direction I'm going, and then just keep the rod arched. And hopefully, as you're keeping the rod high, because you want it high because you want to get the fish's head on top of the water, because when you get a fish on top of the water it's normally over. So you want the rod high, keep it up. But the thing is with that is you might not see where you're walking, and sometimes you might actually drop in the lake. I have actually done that on a quite decent fish. So when you're at the edge of the water, watch what you're doing. You don't want to be falling in after a 20-minute fight and then no fish for you. 1:30 in the morning. I like to get the eels before 2 o'clock. That's when they tend to come. So I think the eel is out of the picture. I will have to take a look at them in another video, show you some of the spots where I get them. But we'll try and get this carp in. Look at this. He's having none of it. I'm really giving it some as well. This is not like gear, and I put the clutch right up, trying to get its head up to slow it down. But it's really fighting. It doesn't want to come in. This is the thing, once you're invested in these fights and you've been on for 10, 20, 30 minutes, you do start to wonder, is that hook gonna pull? And that can leave you quite mad sometimes and frustrated. But Ron's going to try his best to get him, especially in the dark. Nice starry night. The moon is behind me. I would show it you, but I'm busy at the minute. Night fishing is very good in the game and in real life. You can get night floats as well, which glow in the dark, so you can see your float easy. So they're very useful. Come on, carp. It should be a big one. Like I say, it's fought harder than any of the others we've had, so it's definitely going to be our biggest carp if we can get it in. You just never know. If you are playing Russian Fishing 4, I'd like to hear what you're fishing for, what level you are, what do you like doing in the game, what's your favourite thing, what's your favourite species, or if you've been fishing recently in real life, what you've been after. Have you had a good day, have you had a bad day? Nobody likes that, but it does happen, especially if you're specimen fishing or it's just not the right weather or whatever. So drop that in the comments. I do like to read all this. Hunter videos are coming as well soon, so don't worry about that. I know I've had a week off. I've been doing lots of PC building this last week, so I've had a little break on the videos while I've been messing about with PCs. I've still got one to build yet, so we'll get back on the Hunter video soon as well. If I don't do a video for a week, it don't mean I've stopped doing it. It just means I'm either busy doing something else, or there's not new content out which I want to film, or like I say, it's just if it fits in the time schedule and I can get it out, I'll do a video on it, and I think it's good or creative. I don't do videos just for the sake of doing videos. I like to make them enjoyable, or something you can learn from doing it, or just good gameplay. It's still, I can't believe it's still going orange in that after all this time. So it's definitely got to be a good fish. 2:45 in the morning. We are slowly gaining ground though. It's dropping down on the bar. And so is my energy. It's he's totally tired out. So he's going to have some more food and build some energy up after we've got this fish in. Have a little break. I know all you're seeing is stars at the minute, but I've got to keep the rod up, keep that pressure on. You drop it low, the fish dives, and then off it goes again. So key tip, keep the rod up and give it as much pressure as you can without breaking it, and you will get the fish in a lot easier, or in a lot shorter time I should say. I do like how I progressed in the game. Started off thinking, how do I get these carp in, and some of the bit bigger fish I was hitting into, and you're kind of not sure, and then once you start getting the better gear, more money for more fish, you start to feel a bit better about it. You're like, yeah, I'm getting somewhere now, and I can start to give the fish a bit of welly. Whereas when you first start off, you kind of struggle a little bit, even with smallish fish. But that's good that you progress like that, because you can feel when you're playing that you're learning and you're gaining experience from playing, and you're getting somewhere. This isn't a 2-week kind of game. You put in the time, you get rewarded for the effort you put into it. A lot of people who play sim type games will enjoy this, especially because that's what you look for. You're looking for the longer experience, the more deeper experience than a short arcade game, which this is definitely not. So it looks like the sun's going to come up soon. We've been playing this through all the night. I'm hoping it's a really big carp. Remember, this is free to play as well, so I've got here, I haven't brought anything. I've just been catching the fish, playing the game. I'm up to level 17 and nearly a half. So like I say, it's a great game. Give it a try. Well, we're down to in the yellowy green, and it's definitely coming in now. We should have it very shortly. I've really enjoyed this. I wanted to show the night fishing. I did ideally want to show catching the eel, but that's going to have to come in another video. But I have shown you this spot, and like I say, if you've got some reasonable gear now and you try this spot, I think you'll be like pleasantly surprised with what you get here, especially on the night crawlers, because they're a top bait. They really are good, and a lot of people weren't using them as much. So I think once a few people see this video and see some of the fish you can catch at this location, I think a lot more will use them. They are great, so you definitely want to be using them. And look out for baits when they go on offer as well, because some are gold and they'll drop down to silver, and that's the time to get them and try them out. If you're a new player playing this game, I would recommend a pole and maggot fish, 8 to 1 meter deep depending on the lake you're on, and you will get a lot of fish, but you get a good money return which gets your gear. So if you're starting out and you're not sure what to fish on, don't try and catch the big ones at the start, because you'll just end up losing more gear than you'll actually gain, and you'll end up skint pretty quickly. So add fish maggot and you will get a healthy return. Now we've got the carp on top. Is it a grass carp or a common carp? We will soon see. It's right in front of me. Now this is where you hope you either don't fall in the lake as you go to the waterfront and you get the net, or it goes straight in the net. Come on, get in. Get in. No, get in the net. Oh, it's hooped over. Come on. Yes, we got it. So 7 kilo. That would be about £15. That's a really good common carp. So it's been me, Ron McTube, in episode 3 of my series on Russian Fishing 4. Hope you enjoyed the video. Been hunting for carp. Please check out my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.